So the first addition that I'm going to start with is the ringing of bells at the beginning of our meditation and at the end of the meditation. And what that does is create this special space that you've carved out for yourself. It takes a lot to carve out 10 or 15 minutes or even 5 minutes to meditate. So I want to honor that by giving it a beginning and an end. So at the sound of the bells in the beginning, there's just going to be one. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and try to listen into that sound all the way to the end until you cannot hear it anymore. And at the close of our meditation, I'm going to ring the bell 3 times. And that will be your signal that we're gradually moving out of the meditation. But I encourage you to stay with the sound of the bells, each one, for the 3 of them until the very end. Okay. All right, everyone. So we're going to take a seat here. Before we begin, find this comfortable spot. Let's just take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill up. And then open your mouth. Exhale. Let the breath go. With your eyes closed or a soft downward gaze, we're going to begin our time together now. And as you arrive in this space, I just want you to take a few moments to get adjusted from doing and moving to coming into a bit of stillness. You might feel a little bit unsettling to all of a sudden tell your body to stop moving. And so honor what comes up, allow yourself to fidget in any way that makes you feel that much more at home and at ease in this shape. I want to register what our body feels like in this shape. So I invite you to come with me as we explore what it feels like to take a seat, often referred to as a sit in meditation. So we're going to start by connecting our mind to what it feels like to be sitting on the earth. You feel the underside of your thighs or your shins firmly planted, perhaps feeling a little heavy on the earth. Can you feel the ground connected to your glutes, often referred to as sitting bones, even though that's not an actual term? Can you feel your seat grounded and connected? Can you imagine just a bit of weight or heaviness in those big muscles in the quads, the thighs? Can you feel your hips in the middle of your belly, your torso, just melting slightly down? Perhaps move your entire torso just slightly back. See if you can find a little bit of center here. And notice if your ribs were open wide, can you slightly tuck them in, but allow the lower ribs to almost shine upward. We don't want to back bend here, but we want to feel a sense of a lift from the ribs, the heart space and the chest, almost as if you had a bit of helium in the heart. The sense of uplift and openness across the collarbone, the ribs, without arching. And sending your attention to your low back and your hips back there once again, feeling grounded. And then feeling your spine from your low back up through the heart and the chest. And feel this upward lift, almost as if it was rising steam or vapor. So it's not strictly, it's not tight, it's not rigid, but there's sensing of an uplift. Heart lifting up, again, helium-like sense, while the shoulder heads come down, The shoulder blades gently melt down the back body. And feel your palms either resting on your thighs, palms up or down. And just for a moment, imprint this feeling of your torso and your seat and what it feels like to be in this shape in your body. We know that we have muscle memory. And so can you just take a few moments here in silence and feel what this feels like in your body? You almost feel as if your body is sinking into this space. So at the same time, chest is open. And can you send your awareness to the back of your head, the backs of your ears? And can you subtly pull your head back as well and maybe slightly up? And feel a subtle shift in the center of you. And feel the crown of your head ascending, tips of your ears reaching up, ridge of your nose lifting up. And can you register this shape, this sitting shape? Sense of sinking while ascending. Then I ask you to bring your attention to your breath. Perhaps notice it with your next inhale, the tip of your nose, just a gentle breath in, a gentle breath out. Your lips can be apart or sealed. Imagine your breath like a small ocean wave. Breathing in, the wave receding out. And can you almost visualize your breath that way, as if you were standing at the edge of the beach, just watching the water roll in, roll out, just taking it one breath at a time, not trying to force it to be long or short, just following that wave. And as you register and imprint this vision of your breath like a wave, can you find a little more ease within it? Can you almost feel the texture of the water, the temperature? Now while you are imprinted in this sit in your seat, you feel your breath flowing in and out gently and warmly. You may notice that your mind is continuing to tell its 24-hour story or movie. It's like this constant narration that's going on. And if you notice it, just acknowledge it. Perhaps acknowledge the pace of it, the intensity of it. And then can you imagine you have a pause button? And can you allow yourself just for a second to hit pause on that constant storytelling? And bring your awareness back to your imprinted seat, to your tail firmly grounded to the earth. Your hips heavy, rooted down. Your spine like steam rising, lifting you up gently while your shoulders soften back. Low ribs have a slight upward tilt. The chest opens freely. Of your head and ears slightly pull back and up. And with this motion, perhaps feel your face soften, the entire front of your face and chin. And sense your palms on your lap. And return to those ocean waves of breath, simple, steady, nurturing. Allowing those waves to wash over this shape of your body, nourishing it. Allowing you to rest in the stillness of it. Hitting that pause button whenever you go back to that natural state of storytelling and thoughts. And come back to your sit and re-imprint this in your mind. I'm just going to allow you to have a few moments here in silence. And see if you can practice hitting that pause button. Coming back to that seat. Firmly rooted, upward lift, expansion of the spine, soft face, open heart. As you breathe in and out, simply riding the waves of the breath, just allowing yourself to be in this space, almost as if you were sinking below the surface and allowing that story or that chatter to be above and hitting that pause button. In the last few moments of our meditation, I'd like to share a reading from Glennon Doyle. She's speaking about her practice of meditating. After a few weeks, like a gymnast who is able to stretch deeper after each training, I began to feel myself dropping lower during each session. Eventually, I sank deep enough to find a new level inside me that I'd never known existed. This place is low, underneath, deep, quiet, and still. There are no voices there, not even my own. All I can hear down there is my breath. It was as though I'd been drowning, and in my panic I had been gasping for air, calling for rescue. But what I really needed to do was let myself sink, because beneath the noise of the pounding, swirling surf is a place where all is quiet and clear. Closing our session with 3 ringing of the bells. I invite you to stay in this deep place just below the surf and follow the sound of each bell to the very end. Certainly continue in your sit, Or if you're ready to be guided out, gently draw your hands together at your heart center and bow your chin towards your chest. And just take a moment here, perhaps notice what you just experienced and that sacred time you created for yourself from the beginning, from the first bell to the closing bells. And what those bookends created for you. Let's take a deep breath in together. Open your mouth, exhale, sigh the breath out. Allow your eyes to take on light. And thank you all for sharing your practice with me this morning. May it be of benefit to you and to those you share your life with. Namaste, friends.